quick story. Recently saw an article about some Bob Ross paintings that he was painting during his educational show, doing live on TV. Some of those are coming up for auction, and it made me think of a story, it made me think back to when I was actually watching a show and how that connected in with my music upbringing. And so the story was, reminded me that I think it was sixth grade, I had chickenpox. And so I stayed home from school for a week. And so as I was staying home from school, it was just before I had already started to play saxophone, but I had not started on guitar. If I had been a guitar player at that time, I would have been playing lots of guitar. But it was before then, so being a little bored, I turned on the TV and saw some Bob Ross painting. And I took the week to follow Bob Ross and I started to learn to paint just by watching Bob Ross. And, it's not like I became a great painter or anything. But over the course of the week, watching those shows, I think they were on most every day, at least every other day during that week. So as I was watching them, it hit me now that as I was looking back, there were lots of things that influenced my music making and learning instruments and thinking about music. And part of that was, some takeaways were, because he had a step-by-step instruction, the step-by-step nature of it, you start with the background or the sky, or you picked your colors, and then maybe you added a happy little tree over here, or a cloud, or whatever. It's very step-by-step. And that definitely influenced my music making in a way I'm just kind of touching on or thinking about now for the first time. And there are other things too about, not aiming for perfection, but just looking for expression. It didn't have to be perfect, but as long as you had a certain idea or a feeling, those happy trees are a good example. Like, how do you paint a happy tree? But maybe you don't get it perfect, but you got the idea of it got you open to the question, okay, how do you make a happy tree? What is that about? So things like that gave me a foundation, a bedrock of how to think about music and what to do. It gave me a framework, and I didn't connect that until just recently when I saw that article on some of those paintings coming up for auction. So felt like telling a story, so here it is. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.